I would agree with that. But it just shows the similarity between the two.
I would almost say don't set that.
Welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
And I'm Josh.
And today we got a couple of 15-year-olds.
We have Remus Gatsby Reserve at 15 years old and 104.9 proof. Spot on. And then a Calumet 15 at 105 proof. So we were originally going to do a different versus, but then the proofs were so vastly
25
different.
proof points
Yeah,
difference.
we had to swap them out.
Yeah.
So we're doing a very close comparison. This is my first time having any Calumet product.
Yeah, so Calumet is out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, where I spent several years of my life, where I went to high school.
And where most of your family lives. My family lives now.
So
I don't know why I said yours. It's my family too. It was our family.
And I played golf within spitting distance of the distillery. She's in jail now, I think, by the way.
Is she really?
I'm not sure, but I think so.
Poor girl.
But anyway, near Hobson Grove, municipal golf course, I played 36 holes a day in the summer. We had a family membership. Man, I'd catch a ride from one to the other. And I played 36 and learned a lot from a lot of older guys that were there. The old drive for dough and putt for show. Or not, drive for show and putt for dough kind of thing. Those old guys have beat my ass. I'd outdrive them by 80 yards
and they beat you on the green.
My ass in the short game. So
I have played one round of golf in my entire life with a buddy, and I don't remember how it went, but I do know that you and I went to the driving range once. I remember I split a shot just hard right, just cut it hard right.
Big slice.
But I remember you looking at me saying, so that might have been 400 freaking yards.
Yeah, but it was 200 out and 200 back.
Yep. Hey, as long as it went 400, I'm going to claim 400.
So,
but Bowling Green, Kentucky is near and dear to both of our hearts.
Yes.
That is where our family is mostly from, and that's where my grandmother and grandfather were for the majority of my life.
Yes.
And tons of fond memories there in Bowling Green. Just love the town, love the people. And haven't been back in a long time, and I really got to make the trip back. You've
probably been there since 2017.
Yeah, I think that was the last time. It's been 8 years, so we got to get back up there. Yep. We should go to Calumet, actually.
Yeah, we should.
We should do that.
We should.
So we're going to sit here and do a versus for you folks. So the Remus Gatsby is here, the Calumet is here, and we're going to give you our honest and open opinions on both of them.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Let's do it.
And one's about half the price of the other one. Just being honest.
Yes, it is. This one is about $250 MSRP.
$225, $250.
Yeah.
This one's about $140.
So let's attack it. But before we say too much, now's a great time for all of you wonderful, beautiful people to hit that subscribe button, to go ahead and hit the notification bell, to leave us a like if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, to leave us a comment if you'd like to talk to us, because we'd love to talk to you, and share with your friends, because we would love to talk to them too.
We just love to talk to people.
Yeah, that's what bourbon's all about. It's a social hobby. I'm getting a little more than the first time we tried this, than our single bottle review we did a few months ago.
Yeah, I think we were hung up on how much it was. So
yeah. We spent a lot of time comparing it to Pappy 15, which on the nose, I don't think this is a wheated bourbon.
No, I don't think so either.
But it does kind of smell like it though. After you get to that 15-year point, you get that kind of similar sweet oak caramel.
The oak kind of takes over,
Yeah. So.
And there's a lot of oak on this one.
Yes, oak is absolutely the predominant thing.
Astringent oak on this one.
There is a little bit of caramel and maybe a touch of butterscotch behind it, though.
Yeah. Got to get underneath it.
Yeah, the rye is coming through with a little bit of spice as well. Man, I'm ready to go in. To your health.
Spice.
Yeah. That oak astringency is really there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's not.
It was really good for about 4 or 5 seconds.
Well, it's not as astringent as it is tannic.
Yes.
That's really where
Yes.
it comes from. Yeah.
For like 4 or 5 seconds, it's fantastic. And then it just falls off a cliff. Yeah, honestly, it's all oak.
I've had some other Calumet, Calumet 8, 10, that blend that they've got.
Yeah, 15-year bourbon and 7-year
there's a
rye,
new blend
something like that.
It's like
There
a
is?
17 and something else.
Oh, I've seen it on the shelf, actually.
I
It's in
just
North
ran into
Carolina.
it. Yeah.
It's in North Carolina. It's not that expensive either for a 17-year-old.
$60. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that smells way better.
I don't know about way better.
But it has more sweetness. It's got a little citrus on it too, am I wrong?
They're both really similar to me.
Close your eyes. Double fist them and close your eyes.
I still know which is on the right, which is on the left. Just saying.
It's okay. That's okay. Just cut out all your other senses here. Don't focus on what you're hearing.
The Calumet has got a bit more of a hay alfalfa.
There's a little something else to it. It's a little muted compared to the oakiness that you get on the Gatsby.
Yeah.
But I do think I like that tone a little more.
I think so too.
Yeah. Ooh. That's way more complex on the palate.
Yeah. It's got more rye spice too.
Yeah. And it's got like the caramel sweetness is kind of blending with some oakiness in there too. I have never done a versus where it's been that evident to me which one I like more right away.
I'm not quite there yet.
The Calumet has sweetness that the Gatsby does not have. I'm going to go ahead and drop both of mine.
I'm not. I'm going to do second sip first.
You do that. I'm going to talk about the differences that I'm tasting.
I'm going to do me.
I'm going to do me.
You do you.
You do you. Yeah, you do that while I talk here. So the Remus to me is a oak forward experience. There's a little bit of spice, but it's not like a rye spice. It's not a cinnamon. It's not a pepper. It's nothing distinctive. It's much more of an oak tannin spice, which you get on older whiskey. It just doesn't have any other redeeming quality that pulls it towards having another flavor profile other than oak.
There's a honey caramel note that runs underneath everything else. It really hits the bottom of the palate.
I will revisit those with a drop here whenever you're ready. The Calumet, for me, you go ahead and get your sip in.
I'm doing both without a drop.
Yeah, I'll let you take your sip before I start talking too much about what I got in the Calumet. The Calumet, for me, is a much more flavorful experience because there's more that goes along with the oak than... So the oak is not necessarily the predominant note on the Calumet. It has a little bit extra mixed in there that's on the same level of the oakiness. The Remus, the oakiness is the predominant thing. You see where I'm coming from?
I can be honest, they're very,
They're
very
close.
similar.
For me, the Calumet just edges it off the first sip.
Honestly, I think I could close my eyes and you could swap my glasses around and I wouldn't know it.
All right, close your eyes.
Well, prior
Let's do
to
it.
the water. Now I'm doing water.
All right, okay.
So, to be honest, I think you could go either way.
I can smell a difference.
They are so close.
I'm getting more of a rye spice on the Calumet than I do on the Gatsby. Let's go. We both got it up, right?
Okay, these are so very close together.
Is this distilled by them?
Oh, no way. No.
Bottled by.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, honestly, chances are that's
it's
MGP.
honestly, it's they're both MGP.
So really, the difference in between these two is where it aged in their rick
It's
houses.
strictly the barrel. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do the Gatsby in here. Not much change with the water.
Mm. It muted it quite a bit.
Yes, it did. The
Muted
oak
the Gatsby.
really tamped down
Yeah.
everything else with it. What little was there with it is almost gone.
Yeah. I have a clear winner.
That brought out more spice and a little touch sweetness.
Just a little bit antiseptic.
A touch.
Both of them, actually. I'm going to be honest. I believe these are the essentially the same barrels.
These could be sister barrels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
And when I compare the price of the two of them, there's a clear winner.
There's a clear winner.
And that clear winner is
The Calumet 15.
that's it.
How much is that? Like 120?
Probably closer to 140.
Okay. And this is 250.
225. Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I would say a lot of that goes to the bottle itself.
When you're buying in bulk, makes no difference whatsoever.
You know, I did hear that from a small producer that their special bottlings where they use a different bottle doesn't, it's a negligible difference. So
There is going to be some
point.
increase because of tariffs if they hold.
Depends on where you're getting your glass from. Yeah.
There's a lot of the bottles that are imported.
Yeah.
Most of the bottles are imported.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
I'm
me,
going to give it to the Calumet
Calumet's-
by a hair.
Yeah.
And my
I
rating,
honestly, I think it's the same whiskey.
I would not argue with that at all. These are astoundingly similar.
Yes.
The only thing I'll say is the Calumet has a little bit more sweet,
I would agree.
and that's why it's going to get the edge.
I would agree. I would say that the Gatsby's maybe they're both 15s.
This might have a little bit of like a 16, 17 blend into
I would
it.
say this one's just a little bit older.
And this might have exclusively 15 and
Yeah.
some change
Yeah.
barrels blended to it. Yeah. Neither of them are bad
No.
by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But if you want to buy a 15-year-old whiskey,
By that one.
buy the Calumet.
Yeah.
Because you're going to save $100
That's it.
or more. I'm going to give a C+ and a C.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I hate to agree with that because of what they cost.
Yeah. But to be honest, for our viewers,
But this is one of those where age does not mean quality.
yeah. And we have had a few videos this year that have shown that.
I will tell you, I would prefer the 8 or the 10 of this one versus the 15. I would prefer the Ross and Squibb Rye.
Yeah. This one.
Honestly, the regular Remus
Mm-hmm. Honestly, there's some like
or the Remus 7.
there's some 9-year-old Remus picks that are fantastic. Orange peel forward.
Yep.
Yeah, that are great. It's a tricky game to play. Truthfully, it really is a tricky game to play with age. Because in some cases, like a Russell's 15, it's beautifully blended.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wonderful 15-year-old blend of whiskey. Because there's there's got to be older in that, And then you get to something like this, where I'm sure there's more than just a 15-year-old in here.
Right.
And it just becomes a hot, oaky, mess.
Yeah.
It's indistinguishable compared to the oakiness that you get on
That is the first in a while
that we have poured out.
that I put into the infinity glass. So,
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna-
both of them, really.
I'm going to join you. I'm actually going to blend them together on camera real quick, just to see if it gets any better, because you never know. But typically, the sort of 12, 13 year is the sweet spot as far as
Yeah.
age goes.
Yeah, it is.
You do have a few exceptions. Eagle Rare 17,
Yeah.
honestly, especially
Russell's 15.
the 20. Was it 2020 we had Justin's?
Yeah.
The
You did
2020
more than I
Justin's.
did.
Oh,
I was trying.
fantastic. Wonderful. Loved that model. But for the most part, that sort of 12, 13 year mark, it doesn't get much better after that. Russell's 15, I think, is the exception. And there's perhaps a few others out there. But for the most part, 15 is the cutoff.
It is. You know, the latest release of Russell's 13.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
It smells way better.
I would agree with that. But it just shows the similarity between the two.
I would almost say don't sip that.
Good idea.
Don't sip that. That's bad.
The nose was good, though.
It was way better than either of them individually. All right. If you are presented with a choice between Remus Gatsby and Calumet 15, buy the Calumet.
Yes.
C plus C.
Yeah. Not that much difference, but big difference in price.
Yes.
$75.
Huge difference in price. So if you're out there and you have a budget and you want to buy an old whiskey, Calumet 15 might be the best value on the market.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they also have, do they have a 14 year?
Yes.
They have a 14 that's also,
They have a
Out
17
there.
and 18 that are both decanted. They're in decanters. Yes.
so they do, I would say Calumet is probably the best age to value out there.
Because you can buy a 14 year for like 111,
Mm-hmm.
115
Yeah,
bucks.
110, 115. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that price point,
It is.
especially when you compare it next to another potentially MGP. We don't know exactly where Calumet comes from. I would say it's probably MGP.
Excuse me.
Yikes. For $250 MSRP, yikes.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us here this afternoon.
And as always, like good bourbon, our videos get better with time.
We'll stay uncut and unfiltered for you. And as always, take care of yourselves.